Art is a form of expression, an idea that even the most casual appreciator of can really understand. Art is used to convey ideas, promote learning, or portray feelings, while giving the artist complete power of how they would like to present the aforementioned. In a piece titled Which Way, created by artist Kledia Spiro and was recently released, provides an insight on how art can be used to portray ideas, with her video piece specifically relating to her own personal story as an immigrant woman.
So my name is Kledia Spiro. I teach a few courses at Northeastern. Currently, I'm a postgraduate teaching fellow. I teach the foundation courses here. So to backtrack a little bit, I come from a painting background, and then I moved to installation. That piece is a video performance. It's also an installation. The premise of the piece was an inspiration from the curator of the Somerville Museum. She asked me if I could make a new piece for this new exhibition called Sanctuary City. And so for Which Way, I tackled immigration and women in a male-dominated society, which we still are. I wanted to create a path, a mark, basically to make the territory that I was creating through my own strength. So we don't often say mark your territory as a woman, right? You're like, carve your own path, pave your path, and women empowerment. And it's like, why can't it just be empowerment? Why? However, for men, you're marking your territory. And for women, you're paving your path. And so I specifically thought, okay, how can I mark my territory? If I can't walk, I'm gonna crawl. And I couldn't fully walk. It was like 6 months post-surgery. So I crawled through the sand. You don't see any water, you don't see anything else, and that's very purposeful because it could be anywhere.
Of course, there are many different ways that people create art other than video: paintings, music, sculptures, and a lot more. However, there are also a lot of ways in which a disconnect between an artist and its viewer can become prevalent. This is when the medium of performance art becomes valuable, as it can elevate the meaning and digestibility of a piece without sacrificing the grit and pain felt by the artist in the piece. Kledia touches on this aspect of performance art by saying,
and it wasn't until I was in a weightlifting team that it clicked that there's nothing like capturing the experience in real time. And so then I wanted to figure out, how do I investigate this further? What could I do? I didn't feel like painting was enough.
The disconnect can arrive through a difference in vision, an envy that overwhelms a viewer towards the artist's skills, or it all could come down to a simple misunderstanding of the art itself. Kledia brings up a quote by Louise Bourgeois that defines this perfectly.
Art is not about art is about life. And I believe that so deeply. My art always touts the line of like real life versus, something that you see.
In the world we live in, things need to be relatable to grab our attention. A conversation must allow for both members to have chances of understanding for it to be considered such. If not, it becomes just a sheer statement. Taking a look at Kledia's portfolio, it's clear to see she is drawn to performance, mostly creating pieces that are to be presented to live audiences. When asked about her attraction towards the medium, Kledia responded,
"There is no differentiation between audience and artist. We're all on one level, right? There's no hierarchy, there's no lifted stage. So what you're experiencing of my heavy breathing or my sweating or whatever vulnerability I'm doing, you are experiencing it at the same real time as I am. And I've never experienced another medium that connects me, not just with the artist, but with the other people in the room. Yeah, it's a very vulnerable practice. It is absolutely probably the most vulnerable. And I find that video performance is the closest that you can get in also having a larger audience, experience your work. So not everyone's going to be able to see your work in real time, and I feel like video performance is pretty powerful as well.
The use of real-time performance in video, or the combination of both, allows for a deeper connection between the artist and the viewer, due to its humanistic value. As a result, Kledia attributes the use of performance in media as an opportunity to incorporate significant symbols of her life into her work, referencing the weightlifting belt that she is seen holding and wearing in different parts of the video.
So this right here is a weightlifting belt. My mom embroidered this. And so the reason it's so special is because it has her hands, like her work, her time. And this is like a design that she came out with. It's sort of this like traditional that when you often get married, you have to kind of show your skill set. And I find that so intriguing and also quite problematic that you have to prove yourself to your husband or your husband's family. And so this is a reminder to me of how far we've come and how far we still need to go. I essentially use it as this paintbrush in a lot of my work. I reintroduce it because it keeps me sort of together, right? And in the piece, it's a subtle ending, but this I'm basically holding it like at the top, and so it's off of me. I don't need it. Like I don't need it to hold me up, even though it's such a significant piece. So yes, I thought I'd bring it because not only is it like beautifully done, but it's also very symbolic of my heritage. It's symbolic of the sport itself. And it's symbolic of like life in general and what life throws us, and that what we can use sometimes as a crutch is what keeps us back.
Performance art is transparent. Performance art is accessible. Performance art is human. Performance art is art. As previously mentioned, Kledia Spiro, the mind behind the magic, provides an excellent example of how performance art provides new opportunities to present difficult topics for casual viewers of art to understand through her piece, Which Way?